Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Monday, July 25th, 2022. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. Ugh. What a hot weekend. But you know what? It was perfect to hop into the newish Landmark Cinemas at the Harbor Center for a flick and full on for a bite to eat before. That's one of my new favorites in town. So we do have a lot of news, so let's get into it, shall we? We're still waiting on the Annapolis police to release some information, but there were two significant incidents that happened very early on Saturday morning. The first was near the harbor master's office on Dock Street, and apparently a large fight broke out just before 2 a.m., and the Annapolis police responded but were outnumbered, which necessitated calling in the Anne Arundel County Police as a backup. We haven't heard about any injuries, and hopefully we will be updating this a little bit later on today. The second incident was just before 5 a.m., and police were called to a location on Madison Street near President Street in the Eastport section for an injured subject found in or near a dumpster. The victim did appear to have been stabbed. Reports indicated that police were investigating two crime scenes at that location. But as I said, we haven't heard anything from the Annapolis Police Department just yet, so please check back with eyeonannapolis.net a little bit later this morning. We should have an update. Tonight's Annapolis City Council meeting ought to be interesting. The council will be taking steps to force the Permits Office to issue a stop work order on the Parkside Preserve project, which is adjacent to Quiet Waters Park. Now, Alderman Rob Savage, Ward 7, has witnessed several violations and will see to have the council force the issue. More interesting is that they are also seeking to potentially change the rules for two projects that were already granted approval. The Griscom Square project is at the corner of Tyler and Bay Ridge Avenues, just started construction probably 3 or 4 days ago. The Athens project, which was originally called Rocky Gorge, has restarted construction, and that one's located at the Aristide Allen and Bywater intersections. The council says that the environmental rules have changed since the two projects were initially approved, and they want to seek compliance. Both projects appear to have valid approved permits granted through a series of extensions, so this seems like it might be rife for setting the city up for a lawsuit. We will be following this one. And then there was one. Over the weekend, both Comptroller Peter Francho and Tom Perez conceded the gubernatorial primary to Wes Moore, who is now the Democratic nominee for governor come November. He will face off against Delegate Dan Cox, who was endorsed by former President Trump and won the primary by a considerable margin. On the county executive front, we still need to wait and see. They'll be counting provisional ballots on Thursday, and then the remaining mail-in ballots will be counted on Friday, as long as they arrive prior to 10 a.m. and were postmarked July 19th or before. To be continued. Great news for West Annapolis. Remember when we shared the great news that the Rehoboth favorite Mexican joint, Agave, was coming? And then we bummed you all out and said that they weren't because they pulled out of the deal? Well, they're back. And they are going to be going into the new building on Annapolis Street, a door or two down from Bean Rush Cafe. This is the same building that they were supposed to be going into initially. The projected opening is spring of 2023, and I understand this was initially a dispute between the landlord and an exorbitant rent, which apparently has now come back to a more reasonable level. Funny how that works.
Once again, why? You said it, the rent is too damn high.
Okay, here's your snooze you lose piece for the week. The fundraising cruise for the Thomas Point Shoal Lighthouse on September 23rd is sold out completely. Keep your ear open for next year if you want to get in on it. But if you can, I do encourage you to support the maintenance and upkeep of the Thomas Point Shoal Lighthouse by checking out their online fundraiser and auction, which will start on September 16th and go through the event on the 23rd. We do have a link to all the info at eyeonannapolis.net. And so you don't miss out on another cool event, here are some dates for you to put in your calendar. All are at 7 p.m. and all are at the Bowen Theater at Maryland Hall. August 17th, September 28th, October 30th, November 30th, January 11th, and February 23rd. What's that, you ask? Well, the Annapolis Film Society will be screening films those evenings. And if you're missing the Annapolis Film Festival, which, by the way, will be coming again March 23rd to the 26th, here's your fill. We don't know the specific titles yet, but you definitely want to keep your eyes open. As soon as we know them, we're going to put them up on the site as well. I love that Lee and Patty are doing this. I do hope that you caught the local business spotlight with Jackie Coleman and Maryland Hall. Lots of exciting things happening there. Up on Saturday is, and I'm not quite sure which I want to go with, but it's either going to be the Maryland Renaissance Festival with Jules Smith or the Classic Theater of Maryland with Sally Boyette. Decisions, decisions, decisions. And we did also drop a bonus pod on a rare Saturday with Roxy Petrucci, the drummer from Vixen. They'll be at Ram's Head on stage on Wednesday night, and if you're a fan of chick bands of the 80s, this is your show. But do give that one a listen. I have to say that we really clicked, and it was really a comfortable and fun one for me. Maybe I'll play the outtakes for you sometime. All right, that is a wrap, but first a quick thank you to our sponsors for today's Daily News Brief, Solar Energy Services, Alpha Engineering, and the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster Company. Alrighty, Ann Alsina from Covington Alsina is here with your Monday Money Report, and I'm happy to report that she has beat COVID. We all have seemed to have gotten it at some point in time. And of course, we have George Young from DC MDVA Weather here with your locally forecast weather. All of that coming up in just a bit.
The benefits of a good night's sleep are well documented. Sleeping well prevents weight gain, improves concentration and creativity, and boosts the immune system. So, what keeps you up at night? If you run a business, then the security of your computer network may be one of those things. Threats like ransomware and phishing are becoming increasingly sophisticated and pose a real risk to any business. Don't let these cyber threats keep you up at night. At Alpha, they've been helping their customers sleep better for over 30 years by monitoring in real time and hardening network defenses. And for those irritating IT issues that arise every day, Alpha's just a phone call away, helping your business run smoothly and helping you sleep better, knowing Alpha is on guard. Give Alpha a call to see if they can ease your worries and help you get the rest you deserve. Find them at alphagetsit.com.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Monday, July 25th. It was a very hot weekend across the Annapolis region, but the week ahead should bring more average highs with PM rain chances each day. After one last hot day today, look for highs this afternoon in the low to mid-90s with a chance for some severe PM thunderstorms that could deliver damaging winds along with heavy rain that could produce flash flooding in spots as a frontal boundary moves through the region, which will help knock temps down tomorrow for at least a one-day reprieve from the heat with highs in the mid-80s or so ahead of a return to upper 80s to low 90s Tuesday through Friday, with the early outlook for the weekend being temps in the mid to upper 80s. And with a front staying fairly close throughout the entire period, skies will remain unsettled all the way through the weekend, which means a daily chance of rain showers and storms all the way today through Sunday. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with our website at dcmdvaweather.info. And definitely be sure to download our DCMDVA Weather app on all of your devices from either the Apple or Google app stores, so you can always stay weather informed.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt.
I keep getting asked, is there a bubble that's about to burst? Thankfully, we don't think so. The market today is much different from the 2009 real estate market. The housing bubble of 2009 was caused by too many people buying homes they simply could not afford. This time around, home buyers have to actually qualify to buy homes and put money down. When the market goes through shifts like they are now, different areas and price points react independently. Now more than ever, it's time to work with someone who's been through the shift before to guide you with solid, proven advice. This is a time where wisdom, proactiveness, and intense marketing make a huge difference. Please give us a call today so we can help you navigate these waters. We promise to educate and guide you with your best interest at heart.
That's another moving moment with Kristi Neidhardt of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company. To get in touch, call 410-599-1370 or visit kn-team.com.
You work hard for your money. Is your money working hard for you? Managing and investing, it can be confusing. And Ann Alsina, a financial planner from Covington Alsina, has been helping people make sense of it all for over 17 years. Are you ready? Now here's your Monday Money Report.
This is Ann Alsina of Covington Alsina with your Monday Money Report. Despite declines on Friday, the S&P 500 was positive last week, showing gains on a strong earnings season. To date, more than two-thirds of reporting companies have exceeded earnings expectations. At the same time, the Purchasing Managers Index showed the largest contraction in services and manufacturing activity since the start of the pandemic. This week, the Fed meets again, and many analysts are expecting another 0.75% interest rate hike. Earnings reports will continue, with many large tech companies reporting this week. Inflation, the ongoing pandemic, and other anxiety-inducing topics are causing another financial problem. More people are not paying their bills, but it's not because they don't have the money. People are simply forgetting to pay them. Financial advisors are also reporting clients are canceling appointments or simply not showing up. People gave forgetting to pay as the most common reason they would miss a credit card payment in a recent survey from WalletHub. Not paying your bills can take a toll in numerous ways. Late fees add up. Worse than that, most credit cards have a penalty rate if you're late, causing interest rates to rise dramatically. Late payments are also on your credit score for 7 years. But right now, people are overwhelmed with life. To keep things from spiraling out of control, set your credit cards, utilities, and other bills on autopay. Make an appointment with yourself to review your bills once a week, or with every paycheck. Make an appointment with your financial advisor at least once a year. And right now, you might not want to look at your 401k statement. If you do, remember to look at the number of shares you have, not the dollars. Your action item this week is to review your full credit report. You can order one from each of the 3 credit bureaus once a year. Pick one and go through it line by line to make sure it's accurate. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and check out our website at covingtonalsina.com. Investment advice offered through Great Valley Advice Group, a registered investment advisor. All performance references historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. The opinions voiced in the show are for general information only, are not to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which strategies or investments may be appropriate for you, contact the appropriate qualified professional prior to making a decision. And if you don't have a financial advisor, come talk to us. This is Ann Alsina with Covington Alsina.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Hopefully you've come to know and trust this voice when it comes to solar. Many of you out there have already decided you will go solar, but you just haven't decided when. Here's 2 reasons why the timing is urgent. First, the federal tax credit for solar drops from 26 to 22% on December 31st of this year. If you don't commit this summer, you could miss out on 4% of the savings on your solar project. Second, solar locks out today's roaring energy inflation. National electricity costs have jumped 12% in just the last 12 months. You've only got a few months left to sign up to ensure you get installed in 2022 for the full 26% tax credit. If you know solar energy is in your future, now is the time. Call us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net. But don't wait another minute. Sunshine's wasted.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.